Good morning, everybody. So I'm back in the big black chair that probably needs a new upgrade. Maybe that's on my Christmas list. Who knows? I'm Dr. Julia Royston. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is the day that the Lord hath made. I shall rejoice. I shall sing. I shall be glad in it. And if you know me for any length of time, I won't be singing it this morning because apparently there's a frog that decided to jump in my throat this morning. But Great is Thy Faithfulness is one of my favorite hymns. I've recorded it. Shameless plug. It is on my Begin Again project. But you can always just put Enjoy Your Roasting on Amazon and Great is Thy Faithfulness, and it's there. But And if you can't find it, just reach out to me. But Great is Thy Faithfulness is probably one of my favorite hymns. I believe that was my dad's favorite hymn. I did a project hymn for him many years ago. He was there, and that was one of his favorite requests. So, Great is Thy Faithfulness is to God, about God, everything. He has been faithful to us. And no matter your situation today, no matter how you feel, no matter what's going on, you can truthfully say that God has been faithful. Um, in spite of it all, whatever it looks like, He's faithful to you. He promised He would never leave us, He would never forsake us, He would always be with us. And even sometimes we don't feel He's there. We don't feel like He's near us. We don't feel good, and it doesn't feel good. He said it would all work for our good. So Him being faithful to us is a wonderful thing. He can't lie. He's a man that he can't lie. If He said it, He's going to do it. So that is one promise. That is one absolute that we can stand on and rest on, His word, and then our experience. So He's faithful to us when we're not even faithful to Him. So number one, God is faithful, period. I probably should put a T on the end of that, period. He is faithful. We're alive. We're still above ground. We're still living. We're still breathing. We're still here. And it's not all about so much we're here. He's going to be with us when we cross over into the next, and to our next, to the next phase, to heaven. He's going to greet us. He's faithful. He's going to carry us all the way through. Another one of my favorite hymns is Jesus will carry you through. And sometimes He's carrying us when we can't walk on our own. We don't have our own strength. And my heart goes out to all types of losses, and whether they were your mother, father, sister, brother, auntie, grandmother, whoever it was, my heart goes out to you, and prayers are with you. I have experienced losses on that level, and it doesn't matter how old they are or how young they are, because I had a teacher, a former coworker, who lost her 4-year-old. So it doesn't matter how old they are or young that you are, the person who passes on, it's still extremely painful, and it's someone you're gonna miss. And the holidays in this fourth quarter, it seems to be harder than any other time of the year, because you want them to be there. You wish that they were there. But one thing about it, God is faithful, and He's there to carry you, literally carry you through, to get out of bed every day, to wake up and want to even experience another day. Because sometimes you want to jump in the casket with them. I'm just going to be honest. I'll be transparent. Sometimes you think, well, without them, should I be living? Yes, you should. You have something else to do. You have something else to fulfill. You have something else to do. And you're standing there as a testimony, because God wants you to be a testimony, a testament for Him. The legacy and heritage that I have, I carry in my body from my parents, from my grandparents, from my great grandparents I never knew. That God is faithful. The prayers that my grandmother prayed that I never met, He is faithful. It's carrying through to the next generation. As a matter of fact, Deuteronomy 7:9 says, know therefore that the Lord thy God, he is God. Now we can stop right there. That's, whoo, he is God. That means he rules, he reigns, he's chief, he's supreme, he's God. He's the one I worship and the one I serve. And I pray that something I say will help you worship and serve that same Jehovah God as well. The faithful God. He's faithful. Even in the bad times, even in the good times, I can be there all day. Even in the hurt times, in the low times, in the confusing times, in the disruptive times, even in the times where I'm like, now you know you can fix this because I know you're my God. You can heal, you can deliver, you can just, as the man with the sick daughter, you could just, you ain't even got to come to my house. Just speak the word and it can be healed. Speak the word and it can be fixed. But sometimes it's the process, it's the journey. Ooh, that's for another time. But faithfulness, which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him and keep his commandments. Only through him can we keep the commandments to 1,000 generations. To 1,000 generations. Now, a generation is usually between 40 and 42. So that's 42,000 years, and we're only reached 2022. He's faithful. Don't let the enemy take that from you at all. And when he brings it to you, oh, he left you. No, he's right here. Oh, no, he's not going to come through you. Nope. He's done it before. He's going to do it again. That may not be the same way, the same person, the same amount of money, the same avenue, the same timeline, but he's faithful. And that's what we stand on. God is faithful. And then this is the hard one. So when I'm going to give it to you straight, no chaser, just like he gave it to me. Number one, he said, what are you faithful to? That's a personal question. That's none. We don't have to put nothing in the comments. We don't have to, nobody has to say, well, I'm faithful to. No, that's a personal question. It's like the question, let a man, the statement in the Bible, let a man examine himself. That's something you have to examine. That's something you have to define and determine. But it's a question you need to analyze and think about. And I do it kind of on a weekly basis, a monthly basis, especially I plan 6 months to a year out. No, not ready for that. 2023. That'll have to go into 2024. Oh, well, I may do that sometime. But you have to decide, what are you faithful to? What are you going to be? What are you faithful to? And then this is hard. This is, a family, faithful. When you think of faithfulness, you always think of, oh, did he cheat? Did she cheat? Did, that. But it's even more than, being faithful to a spouse. It's faithful to God, number one, and then faithful to family, and then faithful to a job. Is that job faithful to you? Does it pay right? Do they treat you right? Ooh, you faithful to people? And do they treat you right? And do you have boundaries and limitations on that faithfulness to those people and those organizations and those situations? And then once you determine, okay, these are the things I'm faithful to. Okay, this is the hard one. You ready? Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, you got your seatbelt. Here we go. Is it working? Is it worth it? Or a waste of time, energy, and resources? Ooh, that's loaded. Hey, it was loaded when he gave it to me. Is it working? Is it worth it? Or a waste of time, energy, and resources? Now, once I commit to something, I'm in it. But every so often, I have to stop and say, okay, what am I faithful to? Okay, what am I committed to? And then the big question is it working? Is it worth it? Or waste of time, energy, and resources? Now, sometimes you have to take all those things you're faithful to on a list. Y'all know I always got a notebook, a piece of paper or something, bill or something to be writing on. Sometimes you have to take those things you're faithful to and take them to the Lord in prayer, your private closet, secret closet, under whatever you got to do, to the altar, whatever you got to do to determine, because some things you're faithful to and you're committed to that God has been done left. And you should have been done left too. And some things that you're committed to, you should have taken that off your plate, and then he's got something else to add on. But you're not quite ready for that. You don't really want to do that. So sometimes you have to ask God to determine what things are working and what are not. Because some things you go, well, you know how that thing you're faithful to that you really like and you really want to keep doing it, but it's not successful and it's not a good return on your investment. And you keep pouring more into it and you keep digging more into it. Oh no, I'm talking to me this morning. You keep giving more to it and there's not a return. Some things are returned somewhere else, but some things you're pouring into, it should be giving you a residual. It should be giving you a return, and it's not. So therefore, do you keep doing it? You keep being faithful to it? It's no longer worth it, but you just keep working it and thinking it's going to change. And you know what that is. If you keep doing something one way and you think you're going to get a return another way, but you keep pouring into it, and you keep doing it, and and it's not giving you that relationship is not working. That job is not working. You know you need to go back to school. That's not working. You know you need to take a class. It's not working. There are free webinars out there. You need to search on YouTube. You know that's not where you're supposed to be. Is it working? Worth it? Or is it a waste of time, energy, and resources? Okay, now once you determine that, no, can't do that again. I did it. I committed to it. I said I was. I owed up to my word. I was faithful to that commitment at that time, at that moment. I was faithful to that person at that time, at that moment. I was faithful. I did it. I showed up. I showed out. But then I had to say, after I answered that big loaded question, I have to say, Julianne, what should you stop being faithful to? That's a lot of critical things that I really start about halfway through the year. But this time, fourth quarter, oh yeah, those are some big ones. I'm checking them off my list. I'm crossing them out my list. No, we can't do that again. It needs either time to get itself together or do something different. Maybe I have to go back to the host. Maybe I have to go back to uh, and revisit that again, look at it again and see, pray about it again. But this first time out, you know. Or what should you start being faithful to? Okay, so I'm gonna go back to one. What are you faithful to? Well, first off, number one, God is faithful, period. And then two, what are you faithful to? And then three, is it working? Is it worth it? Or waste of time? And then determine, what should you stop being faithful to? And then finally, what should you start being faithful to? That's loaded. I mean, that's a personal evaluation, and that you really should have. And that those are some powerful questions for me, for my business, for my family, for my husband, for my personal, for myself, for my health, for my wealth, for every part, every aspect of me, to determine, what should I start being faithful to? And what should I stop being faithful to? Some of those transitions are going to be quite disruptive. They're going to be like, oh, over the top. Some things are going to be easy. You just stop. You just stop doing that. You just start saving money. You just stop going to that store, going to that. You just stop buying. You just stop doing it because you got somewhere else for it to go. You got something else to be faithful to now. It's now time to obey God and do what He says. Ooh. God is faithful. Are you? Whew. I hope that helps you. I hope that blesses you. That gives me kind of my plan of action for the continuation of the fourth quarter, because I got stuff to do. I do not want to stand before Him and He say, excuse me, I gave you these gifts. I gave you these talents. I gave you these abilities. Hold on. I gave you my spirit. I gave you my power. I gave you giftings. And what'd you do? You didn't do it. No. I want to hear, well done, thy good and faithful servant. I want to die empty. I want to have given, done, and been where I need, and make those hard decisions of the things I need to stop doing. I love everybody, but stop being there and stop doing. I gotta stop because I'm just one person. I gotta stop sometimes because it's not working. It's not worth it, and it's a waste of my time, energy, and resources. And the closer, I don't know about other people, but the closer I get to my 60th birthday, the more I'm like, we're running out of time. I know I'm not, but he's like, okay, we can't waste time. Come on. We can't waste money. We can't waste energy. Because every breath we take, every step we make, it's got to be making. It's got to be worth it. It's got to make sense. And what makes sense is you tuning in at 10 a.m. to Live Your Best Life, heard every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on envision-radio.com. Now, there are multiple ways for you to listen to envision-radio.com. If you're at the computer a lot like me, just launch the browser and push play and listen to phenomenal music and wonderful programming 24/7 where praise meets talk. Or if you're on the move, get the free app, the Envision Android app, download it to your phone, and you can take us everywhere you want to go. On your iPad, everywhere. We everywhere. Just hit the app and hear the music and enjoy. Hear the programming and be informed and enlightened and empowered to do better and live better. Or also on these other apps. I don't know what all you have. The website and the Android app is enough for me. But if you need more, MyTuner Radio, Alexa Get Me Radio, Radio.Garden, Audacity, Roku, Media, Radio.net, everywhere. Everywhere you want to be. And of course, go to Amazon.com and you can download the podcast. You can search for us, put in Live Your Best Life, Julia Royston. There may be some others, but Julia Royston, and be able to listen to the replays of shows previously. 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join us. Live Your Best Life. Then coming up at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is the Spike Davis and Friends Show. Tune in for last music and more. He always has some phenomenal guests. Shout outs to some wonderful nonprofits that you can support, especially this time of year. We're seeking to always help and serve the underrepresented and underserved communities. So see how you can help. See what nonprofits connect with you and what people are doing some phenomenal things literally around this country and around the world. So that's at 11 a.m. on Sunday morning, Eastern Standard Time, right there on envision-radio.com. And then Tuesdays, somebody say Tuesdays? Tuesdays at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Book Business Boss Show, where I am really pouring everything that I have learned on nearly the last 15 years on writing, publishing, promoting. We're talking about going live like I am right now. And the benefits there are even after your book is done, even before your book is done, while you're working on your book, you should be connecting with your audience. So find out more about that on the Book Business Boss Show, Tuesdays at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right where? Envision-radio.com. And the replays are the Book Business Boss Podcast.com. So coming up in the BK Royston Publishing and Julia Royston Enterprises world is a Write That Book Now Bootcamp. We begin on October the 11th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Register at RoystonClasses.com. Also on, if you have not signed up for the Book Business Boss Book Club, I don't know what you're waiting on. This is the time where we're going to be in the house by the fire with a mug of hot chocolate. We're going to be meeting at October the 11th at 7 p.m. as well. So if you have not registered, you can get the link to the Zoom link. Register at the Book Business Boss Book Club.com. That's Book Business Boss Book Club.com. Yay! We meet the second Tuesday of every month. So we're on book 8. So Book Business Boss Book Club. Come on through. Something else that I'm super excited to announce: October, Royal Media and Publishing, 7 years old. Yay! You'll be seeing more and more of those posts in the upcoming days. I am super excited. Royal Media and Publishing was birthed out of a need, out of a request. And I said a few no's, and then God said, "Excuse me, little girl, what's wrong with you?" So Royal Media and Publishing is 7 years old. Go to royalmediaandpublishing.com. There is two A's in the middle. So that's Royal Media, MEDIA, and AND publishing.com. See all the books that are there. There's one more that should be coming out very, very soon. So Royal Media and Publishing is 7 years old. Congratulations. Woo woo. Hat, cake, gloves. Yay! I don't know why gloves. I guess because I'm cold. But anyway. And then we're seeking throughout the holiday season to support and our literacy initiative with the BK Royston Foundation. Go to bkroystonfoundation.org to see how you can help and support and donate. You'll see all the hundreds of books that we've already given to other nonprofits. Help us share the wealth, especially as I always get every time we go somewhere, is people are like, "Oh my God, Black books, Black children on the cover. Oh my goodness." Yep. And I've got new stuff coming out all the time. As a matter of fact, 1, 2, 3, count with me. Yep. It's got all variations and diversity groups on the cover of this one. So super excited about that. Help counting with little ones. We just going to 10, not too far, just going to 10. But I'm super excited about that and all that we can do for to help support education as we move forward. So Literacy Initiative, BK Royston Foundation, if you wish to donate, we are a 501c3 organization. You will receive a donation letter to give to the IRS so that you can write that off your taxes. So let me know. Jump on in. Come on. Help us help someone else see themselves and see the representation and move forward so they can become future writers and better readers. bkroystonfoundation.org. So I am super excited. I want you to bask in the faithfulness of God as you continue to move forward with your life and living. Oh, one more thing before I go. Coming up October 21st and 22nd, I'll be in Houston, Texas. Say Houston, Houston! Coming to Houston for the National Black Book Festival. I will be there along with Dr. Burnett Nettles and the Smiths, Pastor David L. Smith, and First Lady Linda Smith. There at New Bethlehem Missionary Baptist Church in Houston, Texas, as well as Coach Dana Spencer right here in Louisville. And we will be there at Fallbrook Church, Houston, Texas. I have a publisher's table, so look for BK Royston Publishing. They are BK Royston Publishing authors, so we'll be there together. You know, I have my table of books as well, so we'll be there at the National Black Book Festival, October 21st and 22nd. I am teaching. Oh my goodness, I'm honored and privileged to be teaching on writing and publishing on Friday at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. So I'm one of the first workshops to come. So stop on by, take a late lunch, and come see me at Fallbrook Church in Houston, Texas. And then later on, if you take off Friday, just stay with us all day, because I'm on a publisher's panel at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, of course, there in Houston, Texas. Well, I do know that all the author tables sold out. So congratulations for all the authors that have jumped in, but also for those readers and book lovers preparing for the holiday season. Book clubs, if you're coming through, be sure and stop by. I do have a gift in one of the book club bags that they're giving out. So I'm looking forward to that. If not, if you don't get one of those, come by at the BK Royston Publishing table and publishers table and look for the BK Royston Publishing authors, and let's talk about your book club and show you some fiction that you can read. So October 21st and 22nd, Fallbrook Church, Houston, Texas, for the National Black Book Festival. Meet us there. No, beat us there. I'm looking forward to that and doing a meet and greet with authors in the area. So, woo! It's exciting. It's a wonderful time. I'm living my best life and seeking to do that, and encourage you to do so as well. So, Houston, Texas, October 21st and 22nd. So I'll announce more. I'll be the last Saturday in October. I'll give you a hint. I'm coming to Atlanta. I'm coming to Atlanta the last Saturday. Then I'm coming home to Indianapolis. Then I'm going back to Atlanta November 5th. On the road again. No. So yeah, on the road all the time. So I loved it when I was a child traveling. My parents used to take us everywhere. Who knew? Who knew? And fortunately, after I started dating Mr. Royston, about a month or two, that's what we did. On our first dates, we had to. He traveled with me to an event, so he had no idea. After marrying me, we'd be traveling this much, but yay, I'm having a ball, and I hope he is too. I think he is. I'm Dr. Julia Royston of BK Royston Publishing, Royal Media and Publishing. That's 7 years old. Yay! Helping you get your message to the masses, turn your words into wealth, and be a book business boss. You all have a blessed week. Head on over envision-radio.com where praise meets talk. Have an awesome rest of the day.